Hello, hello. I believe we are live. Let me just double check. Can you hear me, Vicky?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Let
Good.
me just verify because we were having I was having some technical issues. I'm becoming Kevin now. That's what's happening. Now
Oh
we are
my
live.
God.
I can see
You
us.
need to Kevin.
Yeah, I can see us. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm really good. It's been a good week. I can see Wick has joined us already. Hey, Wick. Yeah, welcome to the second Witchin Hour. My God, I'm like 2 in a row. Brilliant.
Episode
I'm
2.
excited. I know.
How do you
I
feel
feel
about it?
like, the sequel's going to be even better because we've got a guest on, so it won't be just me jibber jabbering. So yeah,
That's
which
good.
is good.
It was a good show.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think we
I
had
thought it was.
over I think we had over 200 people watching us on your first episode.
I know it's not bad going. That's more than I get in a space, that's for sure. Yeah, it's good. I enjoyed it. I'm just like, I'll get over the nerves eventually and not plan it within an inch of its life. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's good.
You'll get used to
Um,
it.
I will. I'm sure I will. I'm sure it's just a different experience. That's all. And it's easy with you because you're like a natural, like chatting on screen, so it makes it a lot easier.
You know what's
But
funny?
yeah,
I'm better at live than spaces, even though like spaces should be easier.
yeah, I suppose it's maybe because you've got like things that you can do and show. It's easier to share, I think, than on Spaces. I think you get a pin tweet if you're lucky, and like
Yeah.
it's hard to sort of, especially when you're trying to do something really visual. So um, people might have noticed I've spruced up my graphics a little bit more this week. It's going to get more and more elaborate every week.
Yeah, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better.
It's going to get better. We got a little bit of a glowy candle on the go in the corner, but yeah. But there's. I wanted to. I'm going to introduce my buddy. So I've brought
Yeah.
Creeps along today. So I kind of, some weeks I'll talk about the Lunar Witch Project, Cute and Creepy Gang, what we're going on. But then I
Mhm.
also, it'd be nice to invite community members. I know you've got some ideas and cool projects to bring along. I'm quite excited. So I'm gonna bring Steve on now. Let me
Bring him on.
add him. Bring him on. Here he is. Here's the dude.
I'm
Steve,
here.
how are you, buddy?
Good, man. How are you?
Good,
Nice to
good.
meet
Heard
nice
a
to be
lot about you. Looking forward to this.
Yeah, me too. This is
Yeah.
fun.
So
Excited.
I I was really excited to bring you on because you were one of the very first people that I kind of met when I came into NFTs, and I think we've been on a similar journey. And the stuff you're doing at the moment is so exciting, and I think it would be really inspiring to other people. So I don't know if you want to just introduce, like, because there'll be people watching who don't know who you are, like
Right.
just like a little, who are you? Where are you from? What do you
Give us your
do?
elevator pitch.
Give us
I
your pitch.
Man, I kind of entered the NFT scene back in 2022. I wanted to create a project that was kind of like something that I grew up with, which was Garbage Pail Kids. And when I think
Mm.
of NFTs, I think about collectibles. So I brought you guys non-fungible creeps in NFT form, and I even made them kind of like trading cards, the shape of them. So I started grinding in spaces with my first non-fungible creep, and I was basically giving him away for like less than $1 equivalent, just trying to get it in people's wallets. And then the first wave of them sold out. I made a wave 2 of season 1, and that went faster. And then dropped season 2 last year, and every wave is a different theme for the creeps, and that had sold out as well. Just worked on expanding that universe of non-fungible creeps throughout my time in the NFT world. And then I found out, and one of the things that I love, and Vicky knows this, is giving people physical items with their NFTs. So I'm one person behind a project, but the way I felt as an artist I could give back to people was creating sketch cards. I developed like a POG game with my characters.
Oh wow.
Um, so there was like incentive NFTs. If you got them, you get like a game set, you get an original sketch card from me. things like that. And then later on, I also made trading cards that I had printed, and it was exclusively for holders only, stuff like that. And now I live out the dream of working on Garbage Pail Kids with tops, all because of this.
I know. I mean,
That's pretty cool.
that's what I think is so inspiring. Like, I got to show you guys this actually. So this is one of NF Creeps' you get a proper wax pack. It's so nice. You get your little cards inside, some specials. Like, I got a holographic one.
I was going to
You get
say,
one of
you
your
got
little.
a holographic one?
Of
You did.
course,
Yeah.
of course, I got one of those.
Got everything.
And yeah, so they're really, really cool. They're amazing quality, and it just like brings life to your NFTs, and it's something that I like to do with what I'm doing as well. You know, like we've got, but it tends to be pins and things like that with me, but I think it's a really interesting way of kind of making them more tangible personally. But is it mainly like mainly the trading cards, like Garbage Pail Kids, that inspired you, like your art, or was it comic books, or like what made you start creating these characters? Because your characters are really they're witty, they're funny, they tell a story. I'm gonna share my screen actually.
No, I take a little bit of everything I loved growing up that kind of influenced my style. Like Garbage Pail Kids is definitely one. My Pet Monster was something. The artwork, the artist behind My Pet Monster and Mad Balls, just that style, like the tongue hanging out and the drippy eyeballs and slime, like all that stuff has always been something I loved. Then within comic books, I always loved Jim Lee's artwork. I loved Todd McFarlane's artwork, and they're very, very heavy in detail. So when I started developing as an artist, even from a teenager, I always kind of emulated that into my art, just as far as showing more detail and like slime that has bubbles in it or chunks and things like that. I don't know. Just like there's random little things. The more you look at it, that I think you pick up on. Like this guy's got like a hairy trail going to his belly button, like things like that.
I love it. Yeah.
They're too funny. They really capture, like, for me, I was a massive Garbage Pail Kid collector as a kid, and it was like a big deal. I remember the first time I was ever allowed to go to the shops on my own was to buy a pack of Garbage Pail Kids. So I love your style. I love this whole thing. It's really nostalgic for me. So yeah, have you got like a favorite character out of any of your collections, or is that, or are they like all your children and you can't say which is your favorite?
So hard. Like I have favorites from each wave. Like if I was gonna pick one from some of the waves, I would say what you call it? Stankenstein, whatever. What did I name him?
Stankenberry.
Thank you, Stankenberry.
Sorry, I know them. I know the characters.
Yeah,
but yeah,
my memory sucks.
they're they're super fun. I absolutely love them, and I loved your psychedelic collection, and you have got another collection coming soon, haven't you? A new wave.
Yes, well, it's been crazy because like I've been slammed with Tops projects back to back to back, which is great. Like it's a dream come true. It's fun, but I cannot wait to get back to like focusing on the next season of Non-Fungible Creeps. There's a planned third season. It's not going to be out until later in the year, end of 2025. Probably the Creeps will be back, but definitely have something going on with a side thing within the Non-Fungible Creep universe called My Cousin Creep. He is the star of the show. He's got like 45 NFTs. And when that comes out, it's going to be very unique within the world of NFTs, because for a PFP, when you click it, it's going to have like a 30-second comedy bit from My Cousin Creep. And he's just going to say something really offensive and ridiculous. So these NFTs will come with a warning label. It's a version of like a comedy album mixed with an NFT.
Well, so something a lot of people don't know about you is you used to do stand-up, didn't you? So I think like it comes through in your art, that wit. Yeah. So yeah, that's really cool.
That's why I love to try to make our show funny when we do the Tuesday show. Stand up was very fun. I don't do it anymore. I did it for like 5 years straight. It was a time of my life. I had so many stories from it, and late
Wow,
night.
5 years doing stand up.
Yeah, I got to do some cool stuff, man. I did. I got to do a show with Louis C.K. and
What?
yeah, it was
I
fun.
know, right?
It was fun.
So cool.
Why are you not doing
You
stand up still?
Well, art, and I had kids at the time, and I like work, and I just stopped.
We
But
should
now
just do
that
it.
like getting into art, if I had
Yeah.
to choose between the two, art is my first love. Comedy is so much work, man. It is so much work. Like I think some people think you just go up there and you tell jokes and have a good night, folks. But like
Yeah.
the amount of writing you have to do and working on your material, going out every night to clubs to make sure your jokes work and fine tuning them, it's a lot of fucking work.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah,
But you know what?
yeah.
I do enjoy looking at your artwork. It's so detailed. So are you able to walk me through your process of like your artwork and how it started, first of all, from your beginnings and stuff like that? I love that kind of stuff. I love that kind of history.
Oh man, I've always, what's oddly enough, creeps is what I've always loved to do. Like just drawing random characters from my imagination is what I've always been good at. I could copy a picture of Wolverine or Spawn or whatever, and that's fun. But I really enjoy like just coming up with something truly weird and putting it on paper. I always did that, and even in school, it would get me in trouble. Like my mom was called countless times because I wasn't paying attention in class and I was just drawing random characters. But I went to art school. I got a degree in game art, and
Nice.
I just I didn't do anything with it, man. Like it
Same.
was hard. Yeah, it was hard to find work, especially in New York. It's so competitive, and I just fell into the 9 to 5. I fell into the architectural field, and just started doing that for years. And NFTs came along. It was funny because I had lost my job during COVID, and my cousin, who is the voice of my cousin Creep, he was like, he has no idea what NFTs are, but he's like, "Hey, you want to try that thing? You do the thing with the NFTs. You should draw those things with the NFTs." I was like, "What do you mean? What is it?" Vicky's heard his voice. Okay, it's my impression of
Oh
him.
yeah, that's a pretty good impression, to be fair.
And so he told me about it, and I was like, let me see what this is about. And I was like, oh, this is a great opportunity for me to just draw weird shit and see what
Yeah.
happens. But I wanted to come out with like a full idea concept kind of deal, just the weird creatures that lived in the Ethereum blockchain, and they're all ugly, disgusting, and lovable.
No, that is so cool.
That's what it's been. Yeah, but it's been a
Sorry.
great journey.
It's okay.
And you can hear
We're
it,
gonna give
Vicky.
you
There you
two.
go.
You can hear it. Oh, it
We're gonna give
lied
you
to me
two.
about it. Lied. I was not. I just left that card, that Exorcist card. I had to put the work in progress on there.
Yeah, I do love
It's
that.
cool.
That's you doing the artwork. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I love watching that. Yeah.
It's been cool to do. Another side effect of this whole NFT thing is it
yeah,
gave me the opportunity to get a lot of commission work and things like that, through just
yeah,
being fans of the work, and I really really appreciate that. But that was the reason, like commissions and cards and doing these sketch cards. I had found out that Garbage Pail Kids had sketch cards within the packs, so I reached out to Tops and I just
Mhm.
showed them a bunch of my work, and um, like 2 months later, they asked me to come on to the next Garbage Pail Kids project.
I know that is
I,
awesome.
it's so exciting. Like, and you just sent them stuff, right? You just kept sending and were like,
I
they
sent it for
eventually they
three
said
months.
do it.
3 months. 3 months. I was like, here you go. I wasn't getting. I was like, I just did these cards. Hey, Tops, here's more cards I did. 3 months. I just did that. I wasn't waiting for a reply. I was just sending them, and
Yeah,
never got a reply. And then when it got close to the next drop for Garbage Pail Kids, that's when
Mhm.
they reached out to me and was like, "Do you want to be on this?"
yeah. And how? So I also know you were doing some work for V Friends as well. How did that? How did the Garbage Pail Kids lead onto that, or was that something separate? Or
That was like, I feel like that is the best case of like positive thinking. And if there's I don't believe in the whole positive forces pulling things to yourself. I think hard work is really what pays off. But
Hang on, you're on the Lunar Witch
Uh-oh.
channel here now. You're on Clever Radio. We do believe in manifesting.
all right,
We
fine.
believe in magic on this channel.
Listen,
Sure.
all I
Come
can
on.
tell you is that after I minted the Lunar Witch, I minted out.
Oh shit! There we go.
Yeah,
All
there
right.
we go. That's what happens.
Maybe I need to just
The
need to touch fingers.
is if you have a project, if you mint a Lunar Witch and you've got a project, you're going to mint out overnight.
Gonna mint out automatically.
There you go.
That's
All
it.
right, you're convincing me.
Sorry. Yeah, go on. So you manifested this be friends. Yeah, you did.
Because I am a holder, so maybe it was you. You know,
You are. It is. It's my lucky.
See?
It's my lucky charm.
yeah. So it was
Yes.
basically. I had always one of the people who I was gravitating towards when I came into the NFT space was Gary V. Like I liked watching his videos, loved that what he did with VFriends. Like my dream has always been to do something on the level of Stan Lee or Walt Disney, like creating a universe within where you got all these characters and and there's a brand to it, and I really admire that he did the whole VFriends thing. So I had reached out to him early in 2022 when I got here, and I sent him just a DM saying like, really enjoy your videos. You really motivate me to get to where you are, something like that. It was my first month in NFTs. I don't know. And so fast forward to working with Tops. Tops had asked me if I wanted to work on, every now and then they'll ask me what projects, like you want this project, you want that project. They gave me VFriends. And I was like, hold up.
Wow.
I was like, I'm taking that. I was like, I am going on VFriends. And then I had told them, I was like, do you guys know that like I'm in the world of Web3? Like I have my own project. And they were like, cool. Do you want to do more cards? And I was like, whoa, calm down. So they gave me more cards to do. And I reached after I finished with VFriends, Gary actually reached out to me to thank me for being on the project. But he also had seen the original message that I sent him when I first got into NFTs, when he was reaching out to me and was just telling me how, it was really inspiring to read that. And now looking where I am with working on VFriends and being a part of that whole world now. So full circle. It was just really cool. Really cool.
Yeah, that is pretty
amazing. It's very, very cool. And you've been in this, like they've been having you up as co-hosts and stuff in the big VFriend space. And as far as community goes, they seem like a really welcoming, lovely community, like genuinely down to earth and kind of, even despite the size of them, they make everybody very, very welcome. So that's a very lucky thing to be part of.
There's a lot of good people there, and I've been welcomed. Like I love a lot. I made a lot of new friends there, and it's been really cool to just be so welcomed by them. You never know what you're going to get when you kind of come into a new project or a new community. So it's really nice when you get that welcoming feeling and good people behind it.
No, stop being funny, Kevin.
What's he saying? Has I ever worked with Gary B? Should we put the comments on it?
Such a jerk.
He's like, even when he's not here, he's picking on you.
Is that what that? I saw that pop up. I was like, what's going on?
Oh gosh,
it must have been exciting to work with Gary. I mean, I know about Gary for a long time. He seems to be a really cool guy, very, very for the people. So I think that was an extremely good move. I would never had passed on that either.
Oh hell yeah! And like to his credit, he didn't even have to DM me and say thank you for being on this project.
No,
like that's it's cool to open that line of communication. It's nice.
That's so dope.
And so is there more in the pipeline to do more VFriends stuff? I know you've been busy, like essentially drawing round the clock.
Yeah, it's been wild. I have a couple Tops projects that are on the way. I'll definitely be on more future Garbage Pail Kids stuff coming out. VFriends comes out next month. There's another one I can't talk about yet. And potentially more I can't talk about yet. But yeah.
Is it very top secret? You can't discuss it.
Oh yeah,
non
they
those
check.
Gonna try to get it out of you.
They check your feed. They check out. They make sure you're not posting sketch cards on your feed before the date of the releases. All that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow,
It's very,
okay.
very top secret. Once you sign that contract, they are on you like white on rice, man.
It's okay. It's only us three here.
Yeah, I know.
It.
You know what's
That's
funny?
Just tell us.
What's funny is I can't show any of my sketch cards from B Friends, but Gary is just throwing them out there right now. He's like, check out this one on his feed. Check out that one. So maybe you'll see mine. I won't get in trouble if it wasn't me. So
no. I feel bad now when I hound you for like, got any sneak peeks? Got anything? Got anything? Show us. I'm like terrible. I'm not very good at keeping a secret, mind. So don't show me anything.
Earlier you
yeah.
talked about Spawn, right? That as you were coming up drawing, that was one of the things that you drew out of the top of your head. Did you know that I learned how to do shadows from drawing Spawn?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's really
Oh,
cool.
really?
That's
So
where I
you're
learned how to do shadows from.
so that's Todd McFarlane. So you were looking at
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane's work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane's another level, man.
One of the best shadows ever.
He's so good.
Best ever.
It's so good.
Love that. Yeah,
he's
that
great.
is cool.
Him and
And
Jim Lee
what-
to me just took art to another level. I guess that's that 90s comic book art culture that kind of just they stepped up the game to another level of detail.
Yeah, for sure. Like I didn't get in. I wasn't into comics when I was like young. That's something I got into as an adult. When I rediscovered how much I loved art. Like obviously, I was a graphic designer, but when I rediscovered art again, and I was like, all I wanted to do was look at art and visual stuff. So I was like reading comics till they came out of my ears, and it is it's so inspiring. I love all the different styles, and you can totally see how you've been influenced by those larger than life characters that are really bold and kind of it's really cool. It really comes through in your work.
I appreciate that, Vicky. It's fun to I don't know. It's just fun to do. I feel like if I don't put enough detail, it's not done yet for some reason. So I just keep going at it. I don't know.
Do you find yourself looking at it 1,000 times and going, maybe a little more? Maybe a little more.
There's times where I'm like, a little bit more slime right here, a little vein here.
Have you ever seen any of the videos I post of like my artwork? I don't know if you've ever seen it, but sometimes I'll post.
Yeah, I scrolled through before.
So that 30-second video or 20-second video takes me like hours.
Oh wow, dude. Damn.
Hours, just based on like the shadows and how I want things to look, because all I'm using is black and white, so I want to really define like what the image is, so it's hard to do that just without colors, right? So it takes me hours to do them. Sometimes I just sit here for like hours just trying to figure it out, but usually it comes out pretty neat, pretty good. So
and you're super hard on yourself as you're doing it, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, 1,000 times. I delete, I make, I delete, I make.
Yeah, you got it.
It's funny, isn't it? Because with the style that I've got, I'm sometimes having to take the detail out. So like I can be detailed because like that, so that bold tattoo style, sometimes you can do too much shading or too much, or I layer the color too much, and I almost have to strip back. I found it's not my natural style. It was a style that I loved, and I sort of like worked on.
Really? So this is not your natural style.
No, I'm actually I'm more of an Ukaswaka if he's in the
really?
chat.
I would love to see some of this.
My old stuff is quite free. It's kind of like pastels and kind of like so. Yeah. So then when I got into like really into tattoo culture, and I was like, oh no, but I really want to be able to draw like that. That I just would. It's just practice. And now I don't know how to draw any other way. I've almost like gone the other way now.
It's just ingrained in you now.
Don't ask me to put a paintbrush and just do anything. I need a line. I need a marker pen and I need a line. But it's interesting to like how everyone works differently, don't they? But quite often I have to strip out rather than add in. So yeah.
The hardest part for me is like coming up with. I think the names are the worst part for me when it comes to making creeps, because sometimes I draw it, like I'll have a concept in my head. The name is always last. Like I'll be like, all right, what do I call this thing now?
Yeah. It's fun though coming up with names, right? I went because Steve ran a competition of people to create their own creep, basically, and the best part of that was coming up with really sick names for me. I was like, what can I call these? What can I call these characters? It's fun because I don't normally do mine. Mine are all just Luna Witch number 501, whatever. They don't have names.
Should have named them all. That would have been cool.
Well, I've named my mystic moons. But each Luna Witch, I'm like, wow, okay. But so it was fun to come up with some like gross names.
Well, that inspired your psycho siblings, and you named those.
It did. Yeah, it was cool. But also I wanted to talk a little bit about the FCW.
Mm-hmm.
So, me and Steve and a lot of people listening are part of like a little collective. So,
FCW.
You kind of set that up. So, do you want to talk a little bit like what inspired you to bring us all together and how we met? And
yeah, I love the FCW. It's like it's the coolest thing, other than our projects that I think we've had a hand in the world of Web3. It was basically me and Vicky have
you think about Mickey Mouse.
we had met in another community space along with Ukaswaka and some others, and we felt like we vibed well with everybody that was in that space, but I think we just connected more on a pure like artist level. Like there's a lot of people who are just kind of here to collect NFTs, or they're not artists like through and through. Like no offense to some people, but like we just gravitated towards each other because we were artists. And when that space was kind of just becoming a shit show, we we kind of felt a hole in a void, and we created the FCW because we wanted to bring artists together that were like minded. Yeah, and it was just a way to watch each other's backs, inspire each other with ideas. Always tap in to see what everybody's working on. It's like art school in a DM group. It's really just we're a bunch of people who like to hang out with each other genuinely, and that we like to feed off of each other's energy. It's not crazy shilling. If we're shilling, it's just to be like, guys, look what I made. This is coming out soon. It's not like buy this now, guys. Here's your discount link or whatever. It's just
read the tweet. Read the tweet. It's all right. It's not that. It's read this tweet.
Yeah, that is so cool. I wish I would have met you guys back then. I had to deal with Kevin for a whole year.
Yeah, we are. It's a really nice group of people that we're all so supportive. If one of us is in a space, we're all in a space. We follow each other around, lift each other up. It's really, really cool. Crazy talented, like
amazing.
You guys, the FCW lot, like inspire me every day to like push forward, be creative, have ideas. Like it's really immense. And it's unique. A lot of the chat spaces I'm in, or like community groups, they start out chatty and then they become shill groups, and I feel like ours is really unique to that. Like
it's reflected in our space.
We're friends. We're all mates, aren't we? We speak outside of X. We kind of, we look out for each other. I feel like there isn't anybody I couldn't ask advice off, or, like when I needed to know how do meme coins work, because what everyone's talking about meme coins. So Chaos gets on a call with me on Discord, explains to me in like child terms, and I'm like, right, okay, I understand now. This is brilliant. Okay, and I feel like no one makes you feel stupid for not knowing, or kind of scared to ask for advice. So it's very, very cool. Yeah,
I love that.
I love it too, and it's really cool that a lot of these people that are in FCW are people that we all came here kind of together. Wick's another one. I met Wick here in the beginning as well, so it's really cool to have some OG people that I came into this space with. It really is like art school. It's like the first faces you saw when you went to art school, and you're like, hey, what's up? You just gravitate towards each other, and we're still kind of doing the same thing together. And to actually meet some of these people out in NFT NYC and stuff is like the icing on the cake, and we actually just get to hang out. So
that is so cool. So Vicky, I know you're going to NFT NYC this year. Are you going to NFT NYC this year too, or no?
I will be there. Yep, I'll definitely be there. I have
Yeah,
one of my pieces are in the on the wall. The
yeah,
wall.
Nice.
same.
I was there last year. It was
I
pretty
can't
cool.
wait. Yeah, you spoke last year, didn't you? Didn't you have
Kevin
like
was so we got selected 3 times. So my artwork was selected. Kevin got selected as a speaker, and then we were sponsored by NFT NYC. It was really
Oh,
cool.
sweet. That's really
wow?
cool.
We had a booth on the first floor, and we were conducting interviews basically all week long. We were there all week. It was pretty cool.
That's
Are
so
you guys
cool.
going to be there this year?
No, so my artwork did get selected this year, but we decided to not go this year because we want to spend the funds in our game. We're building a game from scratch, so we
Nice.
want to put those funds into work to the community. So this year
That's
we're not going to make it, but
Yeah,
we will be in New York. We will
I
hopefully
know.
get to see Vicky
I
and
so badly want
hopefully
to meet
you.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'd be so cool. I can't wait to come out. I'm excited that to see my art there because I applied as the Cute and Creepy Gang, but also as Vicky Licious as an artist. So I've got two. I
got
got
to.
two people
Exciting.
selected. So I'm really stoked about that. I've been telling like everybody, even my neighbours who I haven't spoke to in 6 months.
I'm going to New York, sucker.
I'm going to New York. They're like, it's so funny. Oh my god! What's first night? I
Kevin,
leave you from
so-
our relationship, Vicky. You can deal with him. Brilliant. Oh, but we actually
Alright,
like
Cass.
as a little like group of we've actually done a collection and we called it the FCW Monsters. So I have just shared the screen. So not everybody because people were busy with stuff and but there's I think it was how many 2 4 6
12, I think.
12 of us I think put in pieces for this. So this is a cool story behind this, isn't it? So
Wow,
about
that's cool.
who commented on your timeline and shared,
Oh
Steve?
yeah, the girl who plays Sienna in Terrifier shared this on her X account, and it got slammed, which was really cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. It's the
Oh,
actual
Hans is in the building.
who's there? Oh, hey Hans.
Hans. We actually met through Hans.
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
we
cool.
did. Yeah, really cool. Yeah, he's a really cool guy, and he gave me a very dope GU as well. So
Nice. Oh, that's awesome.
Hans is like the guardian angel of NFTs.
yeah, he really is. He like knows how to connect people, and like, yeah, he definitely is for sure.
It's always
But yeah,
good to have people like that on your side, though. You know.
Yeah, he's great.
yeah. So the whole collection was inspired by what our version of a monster was. So like horror movie monster. So I went for Patrick Bateman because I think he is monstrous.
Is
so
monster.
that was my one, and then Steve. And then who else have we got? Oh, BB, who's amazing. She did
Mm.
Oh, that's
Vampire.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, she's very talented. So she's a tattoo artist as well. But there's some really like everyone's submissions were like kind of just really dope.
There's Wix. Yep. Very
Wicks,
cool stuff.
little
I love
gremlins.
Gremlin stuff.
So it's all like a bit dark and like a little bit different. It was really nice to kind of get away from drawing my usual stuff to do this.
What's really cool about this too, like just seeing it like this, when you see all the grid, it's like you can see how different everyone's style is in
Yeah.
FCW as well.
Yeah, it's really really cool.
That is
But,
really cool.
yeah, it was fun. We thought we'd do a little collection, see how it went, and
And there's a lot of physical stuff that's attached to these NFTs. Once what do we have, Vicky? Like 10 editions of each, or
yeah. So I think 10 editions, something like that. I've like got a t-shirt. Danny
he's
did
giving that away.
so he's actually giving the physical painting away. So that's
Wow.
so like 1 out of the 10 people who mint. So he did Leatherface. Yeah, it's all really dope. It's
These are on ETH, right?
Base.
Base. Okay.
Yeah, they're on base.
I'm gonna have to get in there.
Yeah, there's acids there. I missed acid out, I think.
Acids I think
yeah.
Acid has a giveaway too on that. I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm sure he's doing. I want to say stickers. Is he doing stickers? Let me go back to the comments.
So these are still available right now, correct?
Yeah,
They're
they
still
are.
available. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm giving away a sketch card whenever they mint out, we're all just going to run a raffle and pick somebody
Yeah.
to get all these
That
goodies.
is really cool. So I have to get in there tonight.
No,
Tonight. I found your favorite creep there. That's what your favorite one, the Stankenberry, I
that's
think.
that's the one, the Stankenberry. I love Stankenberry. I put him
There he
on the
is.
packaging of the trading cards too.
That is
He's
so
very
cool.
Atom Bomb inspired with his
Yeah.
butt head just farting up a storm.
Yeah. He's really cool. So do you like is it like tough when you're because I guess for Garbage Pail Kids, right, you can't go very far from the characters that they have. So it's not like it's not really free reign, I'm guessing, when you're creating those.
Right. When you're doing sketch cards for them, you have to use their library of characters that they have to create those sketch cards. Um, Surprisingly, V Friends was really really freeing because they were they were asking us to draw those characters in our own style. They didn't want it to look like what was already out there in the V2 NFTs. They wanted it to be unique to each artist. So that was really fun. But Garbage Pail Kids is kind of like working on Disney stuff. Like you have to stay within that style. Like everything is kind of rounded on Garbage Pail Kids. There's no sharp edges. They're all cute, but disgusting at the same
That
time.
is so cool. I love it.
Yeah.
So Hans
Yeah.
is asking, how many artists are there in the
I was,
FCW
I was
collective?
just trying to find out how many are we like. I want to say there's like this
It's 35.
I think it's 35. I was going to say it was over.
Wow.
Yeah.
Plus one. Plus
Plus
one.
one. Yeah, we'll have to make an honorary. I think we need to add. I think we do.
Down for it.
Yeah, no, it's cool. We're hoping to do more little collective projects together, and hoping to all get together in New York, which would be really awesome.
We are so getting together in New York. There's no hoping. We are doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna go and see if I can meet you guys for sure. I mean,
Hell
that's
yeah.
for sure
Absolutely.
gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Really feel like the funnest part of NFT NYC is just those random meetups that you get to do with
Mhm.
people that you get to meet from the world of X. You're so used to talking to somebody through a PFP, and then when you get to see them in person, and I think everybody should just start wearing like buttons with their PFP on it. So it's
Yeah.
really
No, just like
That would
masks.
be fun.
Around
Just
with it.
mad.
Yeah, just a mask. Just like, yeah, that's because it's hard. I mean, I can't cope if someone changes their PFP. Like,
I know. It's like,
where did they go? Where I can't see them in the space.
I didn't even know you anymore. What's going on here?
This is why I like doing the video stuff
Yeah.
because it's so much better. I mean, we started this for the same exact reason. Like I remember we started this 2.5, actually more than 2.5 years ago now. But we did it because Kevin kept getting rugged. And I'm like, listen, let's just do a live video podcast where we see the artist and creator and we talk to them, we learn about them and we learn about their project, and it'll be much better than talking to them through a PFP.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Totally true.
your show was the first show I ever was interviewed on. It was like so cool. Yeah. It's awesome.
We already beat last week's record. We're at 223, Vic.
Oh my God, let's go.
This is such a cool format. I do like it. It's fun to be able to, like, you're streaming this on multiple platforms and you get to see each other face to face. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's Kevin, the
cool.
producer extraordinaire, who I just hired. He's the one doing it.
He's been showing me all the tricks, and I'm like, Kevin, how do you do this? He knows his stuff. So you've both been amazing helping me out.
The vision is, the vision is that I want to build. We're a media company, first of all, so I want to build something where we can have artists and creators come and talk to different podcasters or different, it could be spaces or whatever, just to talk about their artwork. I bleed art since I was practically born. So I love this. And I love talking to artists like you and Vicky and meeting people like you guys. It's the reason why I do this. So
it's great,
I think the artists are the soul of crypto for me. Like the whole NFT space, like without like the artists in the whole of Web3, I mean, it would just be so transactional. It would be a very sad thing to be part of. Whereas I think the artists in this space are the life and soul of it, really.
100%.
People don't really think about this, but if you really look around your room or you look around anywhere you are, everything is art. I mean, everything started on a piece of paper. Your table, your chair where you sit on, your car, everything, your microphone, your computer, everything is a piece of paper that somebody drew something on and then created it.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's true.
because you work, is it architectural engineering? You're like your day job, Steve. That's so
Yeah.
like that's another form of art, isn't it? Even
Yeah.
I'm lucky I get to draw for another, like my day job, that's
Yeah.
cool. Like I enjoy it, like designing stuff, whether it be a floor plan or like I'm doing like a fiber optic network design, like that's still fun for me because I get to do this and draw this.
Are you ever like tempted to put like a little creep like poking around a corner on some sort of
Listen,
plan?
one of my friends, not me, but one of my friends who was also, he used to work with me, he's still one of my buddies. He would actually draw it in AutoCAD, very, very tiny, a Where's Waldo? And he would hide it in all of his CAD prints somewhere.
Oh
That's
my god,
hilarious.
that's so funny. I love that. I just
Yeah.
love that. So do you think what do you think the future of like the non-fungible creeps is like? Where do you see what's I obviously you've got the whole tops thing, that's just gonna explode, right? That's gonna keep going really cool. But like in terms of your NFTs, like,
Mhm.
have you got like a plan, or is it just like you're gonna I know you've got some ideas for collections that we've talked about, and I know you don't want to say, but yeah, where do you see it going and growing, if you will?
I want to keep doing it as long as I'm having fun and people are enjoying it. If people are like, we don't want these anymore. All right, guys, sorry, I'll leave. See you. No, I want to keep doing it. I enjoy it. I believe in what I'm making. Every year, I'm exceeding expectations for that I set for myself with it. I want to keep making trading cards for holders and beyond, even people who aren't holders. I want to keep expanding it, and I kind of like that it's kind of underground. Like I don't need it to blow up to be whatever it is. It's nice if it gets some attention. I'm happy with the attention that it gets. I've got a lot of holders. The season 1 and season 2 has sold out, and I'm happy with that. Like I'm content with that. If we continue to keep doing that, and people are still interested in the artwork, then that's okay. I'm happy with that. So there's going to be a season 3, hopefully a season 4, hopefully a season 5. I don't have an end in sight, but usually drop like 50 to 55 NFTs per wave. So it's not a
Yeah.
crazy amount. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. Because I love on your. I didn't mention this actually in some of the backgrounds, like of the streets on. So you get people to, you've got people to contribute, haven't you, on that? I'm trying to find the collection again. Oh, here we go. Let me show you.
Creeps
So-
in the Streets was probably the funnest that I got to create, because it was a mixture of me just walking from borough to borough. And I'd take photos in Brooklyn, take photos in the Bronx, take photos in Queens, Staten Island, wherever I was. And that's actually one of the traits inside of the NFT, like what
Yeah.
borough it's in. So
I love that. It's such a unique. It just really makes it really personal to you, which
Yeah.
is really cool. Kevin's asking, what card games did you play in your youth?
Oh, I played Magic a lot. I'd stay up till like 3 in the morning with my cousin and his friends, and we'd be playing Magic to the point where someone's gonna flip a table over losing a card. Like we play for keeps. We got crazy in Magic. All right. So we got wild.
Yeah, it's cool. I can tell. For me, like the NFTs and trading cards, they're the same. Like you get the same buzz, don't you, from ripping open a pack to minting like a candy mint where you don't know what you get in. I think that's what attracted me to it. I can see how, being that sort of garbage pail collector and comic reader, that you would end up.
Yeah, that's what I love about the having like unique NFTs within that candy machine mint. Like you really don't know what you're gonna get, and
The excitement
that gets you like a physical prize or something. It's fun to do.
And if you ever pull a 1 of 1, it's like, whoa, oh my god! It's like
the moon ant. Remember the moon ant?
Don't even get me started on.
I heard about this. Yes.
Oh my god, people were going nuts for this.
It's crazy.
Hans especially.
Hans going mad. I mean, I was sat working. I go, I'm just going to mint one more. You never know; it might be just that one.
Gotcha. Got him. That's what you want. It's right there. Let me just get one more.
I was thinking it's perfect for the Lunar Witch that we would have a moon ant. Come on, this is like this is fake, but it didn't happen.
It's like
Yeah, I think Luna Vortex was the one who minted it.
Oh yeah.
Han said, "This is not funny at all." You're right,
Oh
Hans.
my goodness, it's so funny. It is so funny. But
That's awesome.
have you seen the space? Like, yeah, you've been around a little while. Like, I have been around for a couple of years, but you've been a bit longer. Has the space like changed at all in terms of the
Yeah.
people, the artists? Like, kind of, is there a different vibe now to maybe when you first came into the space?
I definitely feel like the kind of like the crypto bros mentality is less. I think the artists I feel like the artists are starting to take over more of the my at least my feed. You know, I
Yeah,
mean, I'm seeing
Yeah,
artists more
I
than
agree.
crypto bros, so I'm happy about that. And I like that. Nothing against crypto bros. You guys are cool. Some of you suck, but some of you are cool. Anyways, artists are where it's at for me. I don't know.
yeah,
I was really excited when NFTs first came out because I was like, finally a platform where everybody can see my art. Like
Yeah,
it was exciting. Yeah,
it's
it,
like you have the keys to your own. Like you could start your own
yeah,
storefront and whatever
and
you
then
want it to be. You know.
yeah,
yeah,
and then the debate obviously started with you don't do this for the art, you do this for money. Like that's always out there. But I've always done this for the art. I think I sold one NFT out of my entire collections, and I have a lot. Like I collect a lot of NFTs.
yeah. You do, you do.
I
Collect
do
a
it for
lot.
the art. I do it because I enjoy it and I love it and I like to see people happy and I
Yeah.
just buy stuff too just because I people, put a smile on someone's face.
I
I think that's
It's a
the
good
right
feeling.
way to do it, man. Like you're in it because whatever you are attracted to, you want to purchase. Like for the art
Mhm.
purely, or whatever the lore behind it, or whatever it is that strikes a nerve. Like I feel like that's really important.
yeah.
Sometimes I buy it too because here's a little secret. If I see an NFT that I want to learn how to draw, I'll buy
Mm,
it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. That
Yeah,
is
and I'm like,
cool.
I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to make my art look like this, or I don't know how to make a. Usually, I suck at hands. I suck at
Oh,
drawing.
we have this conversation all the time.
Terrible.
I was like,
and
why do
stuff.
you think I do Russian dolls and Kokeshi dolls? Because they have no hands.
No
They don't
hands.
have to draw fingers. I
Wiggy.
don't
Suck
make
at
me draw.
drawing hands. Jesus Christ, it takes me hours. I can do it, but it takes me hours and
Yeah,
hours, and I'm like,
oh Steve did
That's
a
actually.
really cool video, didn't you? He did
Oh
a
yeah,
really cool, like almost like a, what would you call it? Like a how-to little
that's the
video.
worst. I don't use any proper terminology.
Yeah, and it was like, you draw this bit like a little sausage, and it was just the way you were
yeah,
describing it, but it was perfect. It really broke down how to create like that, like animated character. Like it was a really cool thing that you did there. I loved
there's
it.
this guy I follow on TikTok who draws just hands, just because I
Oh my
wanted to see if I could just get it for
That's
once,
so
like
funny.
fast.
Now he's
And
just
it's so
showing
bad.
off. He's like, I could draw hands all
I
day.
like 2 seconds. It's just 2 seconds. Done. And here I am 4 hours into the hand, like, what?
I've done a
Yeah.
No.
fingernail.
Where's
That's
my
it.
eraser?
I do love drawing Garbage Pail Kids because their hands are just fat little bubbles, and they have like no dexterity in their fingers. They're just little nubbies, so they're
Uh,
easy to draw.
there's something
Debbie,
about hands I can't do. They're
it's
against
awful.
me.
It is awful. But yeah, it's a funny thing, isn't it? I definitely agree with you that like the space feels a bit more art led recently. I feel like last year it felt not so much, and it's suddenly shifted again.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying. There's a lot of founders who are also the artist, which I really love. I think
Yes.
that's so
Yes.
cool that the artist has control of the project, which you know
yeah,
it's not just somebody who's been paid to like bang out a collection, or it's
yeah.
it's their passion, which means projects aren't going to rug because artists generally do it
No.
for passion, not for money. So it's kind of
Like,
cool.
you can,
I have
and
had some creepy messages on Instagram mine saying, this is a scam. I had some guy leave a voice note on my DMs. Like I was like, okay, it's a bit
and
rude, but like,
it's really hard to come from, because I try, especially in the beginning, coming from the world of trading cards and sketch cards, to bring people over to NFTs, and it's really hard to
yeah,
make that transition. I hope that's one of the hopes I have with the Topps Chrome V Friends. I think
Mhm.
that will create some synergy between physical collectors and NFT collectors, maybe introducing more people into NFTs, but I just hope they're coming for like fun and not, you
Yeah.
know,
It's really
right.
hard to get Web 2 collectors and artists into Web 3. Like
Yeah,
really, really hard.
it's
I think
super
we've
hard.
had this conversation lots of
Yeah.
times. It's really I don't know how it can be done. I've thought about doing videos and like kind of, because I come from a physical background of like doing prints and pins and t-shirts and then moved into NFTs, whereas a lot of people start here and then go the other way. But
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
doesn't matter where you start, it is never the twain shall meet. It's a really funny thing. I think
super
there's
hard.
still so much stigmatism attached to it and a little bit of fear, I think.
You know,
People
it's hard
really,
too for certain artists that are physical artists to go into digital art
yeah.
too, and
Yes.
that's part of the problem. Like I was very physical art. Like I can paint, I can draw with pencil, I can do whatever. But in order for me to get into digital art, it was kind of hard at first until I finally got the hang of it, and then I just fell in love with it, and I couldn't just stop doing it. So it's that friction at the beginning that really sucks. But after you get past that hump, it's very easy. But still, it's just like I was having
Yeah.
this conversation with Vicky that I have like based on just my artwork alone, I have like 80,000 followers on Instagram. But
That's
for some
great
reason, I
and amazing.
cannot get them to join Web 3. I just
It's
can't do
tough.
it.
No,
It's tough. And for you to sit
it's
there
so
and like
difficult.
explain it is not easy either. Like it's
No.
you have to
No,
want to learn about it too.
it's yeah. I think it's one of those things that I knew nothing apart from when NFTs started to explode and you were hearing stuff on the news and things like that. And then it was Fraser who was kind of already here and was like, I actually think there's nothing in the space that looks like your art. I think we should do something together because we worked in a studio together. So that was really cool. And I kind of say I had a Fraser who sat there and literally he taught me how to read the blockchain, showed me all through Etherscan, showed me how to set up a ledger and like a MetaMask. And I think it's really like to try and get somebody to do that on their own is quite tough. Like that's a big ask, but
'Cause it's
it
also
is
like
hard. And that transition.
they don't have a Frasier to show them like what they need to
No,
study
exactly.
to
No.
understand it either. It's hard. It's really hard. But I feel like we're taking leaps and going in the right direction as far as artists in Web 3 kind of claiming Web 3 over people who are there for like nefarious reasons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I guess like that V Friends community is the nearest thing to marrying Web 2 and Web 3 really when you think about it. With they've got the NFTs, but they've got the cards, and it seems like that is the start of like what you would imagine it could
Yeah.
be.
They're doing it with Tops. So it's like if you're gonna do a trading card series, like, and you're doing it with Tops as a non-sports card trading card, like it's really hard to break in as that as it is. Like, Garbage Pails Kids has done it, Pokemon has done it, but they're more of a
Mhm.
game. Um, Gary V is probably one of the only people outside of that who made like and has a huge following and people
Yeah.
who love those characters. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
big, I think.
There's this really cool New York
And go,
artist. I don't know if you guys have ever seen him. Devon Rodriguez, I believe is his name. Um, a really, really, really famous guy. Like he travels all around the world. Young guy,
Mhm.
which I just wish he would do it digitally so that I can buy it here.
yeah,
But
yeah.
he just doesn't do
Well,
it.
it makes it more accessible, doesn't it? To like
Yeah.
going compared to going and buying a canvas or something framed, and I
Yeah.
think I love it because I think it's bringing art to the masses in a way that has never been done before, and I find that really exciting. And there's no sort of snobbery around it, right? It's kind
Right.
of there's an appreciation for so many different types of art in NFTs, which I absolutely
Absolutely.
love. Whereas I think maybe in the real world, there's like a snobbery around what is art and what is being able to draw, or kind of. I think that exists more in sort of Web 2, really.
I
So
could
it's
definitely
really
see
cool.
that. One of the
Yeah,
things that taught me how to So I went to art school and I learned Photoshop, Illustrator, things like that. But I started picking up a magazine called Imagine Effects, and that was
Yeah.
really teaching me like techniques. And they would come with
Yeah.
like a little downloadable disc with different brushes and textures and things like that. So every time I would get that magazine, I would like pop that disc in and grab the pens and start drawing off of tutorials that were in that magazine. But it was super helpful to get like drawing techniques digitally.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
I did the same graphic design. It was computer arts though with graphic design. And Acid in the FCW, really randomly,
That's
Acid is a professor as well as being a cool NFT artist. But he used to design the tutorials in those magazines for like, I don't know, to create some like
there he is right there. I see.
crazy collage. He's a crazy collage, you know, like of oh god, they were like those magazines were so expensive, and I was a student, and I'd buy them like every month.
They were so expensive.
So expensive, but yeah. So that was so random when we like Acid joined the FCW and then connected, and he was like, oh, and he said he wrote something.
I know,
about
and I probably full circle moment. I probably learned from Acid and didn't even know it.
I know. So we've been like Acid's been teaching us before we even knew we knew him. So it's really funny. But I just want to quickly ask, because I meant to ask it earlier, is it difficult to like scale, because you draw directly onto the card, don't you, for tops and for like Garfield kids? So that's a really small canvas. Like, how is that a big challenge to kind of do that? Because obviously when you're on your iPad, you can zoom into the details and kind of you've got that ability to do that. Like, was that like a big shock to the system doing that, or like how hard was it to transition? Because it's almost like having to suddenly draw something really large. I would find quite difficult as well.
You definitely learn over time like which pens you should be using, like like a 0.1 pen for the face details, 0.3 for like the outline of the body. That's kind of how I started to work over time, especially with once I got on Garbage Pail Kids. I feel like I hit a different level with how I was doing sketch cards. But that's the equivalent to like zooming in or pinch zooming, like the size of the fine point on the pen that you're using. But I'll just sketch it out real quick on the cardstock, and then once I'm ready to ink, I'll go in with like I change between like 3 different inking pens while I'm doing it.
Wow.
And but I incorporate everything: markers, colored pencils, alcohol pencil markers, everything.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
It's really cool because I used to use markers and then moved to my iPad just for ease and like time. And I was just, when I see your little whips, I meant to ask you earlier, and I'm like, it's so detailed and it's so small, and the amount of detail that is in your NFTs is in those sketch cards, which is crazy to me that you can do
like
that.
This is what I'm like
really close. You'd be like when you're a kid and your mum says, if you sit too close to that telly, you're going to go blind. You'd be like,
it's cool though, because you learn like cool things to use while doing sketch cards, like using a white pen.
Oh yeah, that's a bit of alpha.
It really is cool. Like that No Filter Franny has so many little like sparkly little white pen details that I put on there. Danny got that sketch card in
oh yeah
packs.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, no, that's really cool. It's been amazing chatting to you and like getting to, well, obviously I know you, but for everyone else to get to know you really well, and like your art's amazing. I just, like I say, everyone in the FCW inspires me every day to kind of be better, and everyone, we got to get Kevin Miguel in the chat, and we really, because I think you guys would just be like mind blown with all the creativity in there. So.
Oh, Miguel, you would love it. It's a cool place to hang out and just vibe off of some cool artists.
I love it already.
Yeah, I mean, like BB is just like canvas after canvas. What do you think of this? I did this today, and it's just so inspiring. Like, I think it's like the fuel to our engine, isn't it? Every day being in that chat. So, and
then sometimes you get to see like Uka Swaka making beer or something.
I know he's a brewer, so yeah. And he was like making his own sourdough pizzas the other day.
Yeah,
that's funny.
He's full on. So yeah, it's good. But yeah, thank you so much for being my very first guest on
Thank
my
you for having
show.
me.
I know I was like, because I know you normally have like stuff on a Wednesday evening, so I just thought it was a good shout to
Oh, it
get you.
worked out perfectly.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really
you.
appreciate it.
Vicky, you're almost at 300. I think you're gonna hit it
Louise. Okay, we'll stay on for 5 more minutes.
on your second show. Congratulations!
Amazing. This is so exciting.
That's awesome. What a
I
look
know.
at that, Vicky. Wow.
Well, I tell you what then, what I'll say is if anyone I'm on my Twitter feed, I've got a little like giveaway going on for a Lunar Witch. If anyone wants to have a stab at winning one, you just have to go into our Discord. The link is on the post, and go into the giveaway channel and just hit the little, what is it, like the party popper, whatever it is to enter.
A party popper.
Yeah, there's a little emoji party popper thing. So
Oh.
you hit that to enter, and then I'm going to pick the winner in about 24 hours. So yeah, that's really cool if anyone wants to get into the Cute and Creepy gang. But we mint it fresh to your wallet. So it's not the one that you see. We mint it fresh to your wallet. So you can still earn your holder royalties. Because if we mint it and then send it to your wallet, we're earning the royalties. So we don't want that. So even on a giveaway, we make sure it's minted new straight to the wallet. So we're good like that. We're nice like that. Party popper, I hardly know her. Acid.
Oh man, Vicky, I have to ask you. This candle, did you design it for
Oh no, you're
this?
frozen.
Oh, I'm frozen. Did
I
freeze?
you're back. It might have been me.
This candle, was it designed for this, or is this something you had like stock?
I can't. I'm not at liberty to say, but it is part of something. It might be part of one of.
Oh,
Yeah, it might be like a little
Alpha.
tiny corner off one of the maybe the
Holding
mythical
back.
worth.
ooh,
One of the
top
mythicals
secret.
worth, what was it, 0.6 ETH? I think the mythical's worth with that little candle on it. Just saying.
Oh,
I was like, oh, I'm going to use the candle. I'm going to get it on there.
I asked the right question here. There you go.
You did. So yeah, it kills me that there's like, well, actually, because Hans minted one, there's 5 of those like one of ones like sat around in my folders on my machine, and I can't share them because I want them to be like not seen until they minted. So
Yeah.
I would struggle with your not being able to share what stuff you're drawing for tops. I would be rubbish at that.
Well, what's funny is while I'm doing that, I'm taking pictures of every single sketch card that I do, or like making a work in progress video, and I'm just saving them until the release date so that I can just bombard my feed with everything I created.
I know, that's brilliant. Yeah, it's so cool. But
Steve, did you ever go to?
Oh wow!
Sorry, did you ever go to Pearl Paint in New York City when it was there?
Oh man, where is this? This is Midtown?
It was in Midtown. I don't remember exactly where. I think it was in Canal Street. Pearl Paint.
I think I did back when I was in art school.
It was like the mecca of like artists.
Yeah,
you go in there was a Toys R Us for artists.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I had an account there. Like every some odd bucks you spent, you would get like a store discount or something.
Yeah, I would spend hours in there. They closed it after like 80 years. So great.
There is an amazing art store in Park Slope, Brooklyn. Arts and Craftsman, I think it's called. But they have so much stuff. The floor is like multicolored painted. It's an awesome store.
I gotta check it out. Oh, congrats! You hit 300.
Hey,
look at that!
Right, we can go now.
Retire now.
Yeah. Oh no, it's been good. I'm excited. This is so much fun. I know I keep saying thank you again to the Rebel Ants, but you're amazing.
No, this is all you. We're not doing anything.
Wow. I think, I wouldn't even be able to switch a screen if it weren't for Kevin. I'd be like, what do I do here? But no, it's really good fun. But so I suppose I should wrap it up as it is after midnight for me here.
You want to hang up on 303 people?
Oh, please. I mean, like, sat here till 6 a.m. Like, oh my God. So funny.
Pressure.
We can hang up on like 200 people without even going live yet because Kevin's having technical difficulties. It's okay.
Oh God. I kept tuning in last week going, what's going on? It's still just repeating.
And he was so mad. He was so pissed off about it. And I'm like, dude, it happens.
know, it happens, isn't it? It's like when you set up a space and like within 2 minutes it rugs and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
there was quite a few people in and no one else comes to the one you restart. You're like, oh, damn
Yeah,
it.
it's like, where'd everybody go? We're having a good time.
You know what it is? Is that Kevin, he has like so many windows open in his computer. And I tell him all the time, like, dude, like, just minimize it a little bit. Like, just keep like 2 or 3 open. He's like, no, I gotta have them all open. I gotta talk about all this. I'm like, all right, fine.
Like a just switching.
Yeah, well, Acid posted a picture yesterday of his desktop, and there was so many files on it. It actually gave me anxiety looking at it. I was like having some sort of asthma attack looking
and
at
it's so
it. It was
easy
just
for him.
dreadful.
It would
And
drive
he
me
knows where
nuts.
everything is, like just somehow.
He knows. He just knows.
Just everything was there. I have to have everything on my desktop is clean. It's completely clean.
Yeah, I have nothing on my desktop. Nothing
on my desktop. There's just nothing apart from a Scooger screensaver. That's it.
As I said, I know exactly where everything is. It's like,
yeah,
I'm sure he does.
Kevin
it's
too.
organized chaos is what it is.
You ever want to mess with chaos, to start moving his folders.
But yeah.
That's funny.
And thank you again, Steve, for coming. It's been a great first interview. I think and next week I think I might talk a little bit about my trading cards and like we'll show everyone how the scoring works with the traits and all that kind of stuff. I might have to do a little bit of work on some stuff, but yeah, I think it'd be nice. I think it's makes sense, especially after talking to you about your trading cards. I'm buzzing for mine now, so yeah, I might do that next week, and yeah, hopefully the following week we'll have another interview.
Yep.
If anyone will say yes.
Hey, congratulations on this show. It's very cool. You guys are doing something awesome, and you're doing great.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Right. Oh, well, guys, thanks for joining the little Witchin Hour in 10 minutes. It doesn't have the same ring as Witchin Hour. But it's been fun. I can't wait to do it next week. Oh, hey, Carter. I can see Carter's in the comments. Hey, Carter.
Hey, Carter.
But yeah, we shall, I think, oh, there we go. Yay. We've got our Steve has a space every Tuesday on X Spaces at 6 p.m. same time. If you want to get in touch with him, is it best to DM you on Twitter? I guess is the best place to get a hold of you if you want to question or
NF Creeps everywhere. So NF Creeps Twitter, NF Creeps Instagram, NF Creeps TikTok, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Awesome.
Amazing. Thank you, Wick. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm reading all the comments now. I'm like, I've got distracted.
Don't exit the stream yet until I end it, or after I end it. Don't.
Oh, okay. I won't like just suddenly disappear. It's like just an empty space.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Take us away, Vicky.
Goodbye, everyone. See you next week, hopefully.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.